Shalom everybody, and today we have another guest, Isabelle Nelson, and we will check how she jumps, how she turns, how flexible she is, of course her specialization. We will talk a little bit like always. Let's check.
Don't know the time, I'm letting go. I wanna find someone to love.
Hi one more time, and tell about yourself, who you are, what you are, how old, and stuff like that, like shortly intro, who you are.
My name is Isabelle Nelson and I'm a professional dancer based in Dresden, but I've been based in the Netherlands for the last 10 years, working as a teacher, performer for multiple companies, also in Belgium. And I also choreograph, so I created my own collective in the last 2-3 years, and I was funded and supported by good funding system in the Netherlands to create work for stage and also site-specific work, especially during COVID times. I was trained at the New Zealand School of Dance, which is a really beautiful institution that trains up ballerinas but also contemporary dancers, and it's a very strong school. I miss New Zealand very much, but I think, and I fully believe actually, that working in Europe has given me much more diversity in terms of style and opportunities, in terms of job opportunities and access to much more information and knowledge, and I was able to expand myself and my life and my dancing because of this.
Wanna find someone to love. I feel the
So, endurance turning. So how much you can without no stop? Most of the time, what I suggest, it's my lovely one, it's Chinese, it's typical if you just like go through how long you can, whatever it is, what ballerinas apparently will do, that's typical. With this, any type of turns, just without stop, just turn how much turns you can do.
time, I'm letting go. I wanna find someone to love. I feel alive, I think you know. We're getting down, we're getting low. We're getting down, we're getting low. We're getting down, we're getting low. Party all night, go into the dark skies. I'll party all night, I'll party all night, I'll party all night. Give me one more dose and I'll party all night.
Of course, like our first and common question, what about your injuries? Like what did you have, what type of injuries you have?
Well, because I am now 33, almost 34, and I've been dancing very diverse types of works, including dance theatre, so more with actors, but also with urban dances. Now, more recently, doing classical ballet every day, which I'm not so used to, means my body has to adapt to such different styles. It's not always easy, but I pride myself on trying to take good care of my body. But I have to say I notice my age more now in the last year, that I started to get more injuries or more chronic pain, such as in my lower back. I have pain when I'm sitting right now, and I never had this before. So
It's something new, you mean?
it's something new, yeah, in the last few months. I think that's overuse and overwork, perhaps, but also the age. So yeah, we have to adapt and acknowledge, okay, this is where my body's at and how do I work with it, because it's for my job, but it's also for my life, beyond my job.
But you didn't check your lower back, maybe it's...
I got an MRI.
So you will get it
I got an MRI last week, so I will know soon.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and I had 2 hamstring injuries, once in school, also from ballet, and once on stage.
What type of injury?
Hamstring tear in my
Okay.
left hamstring. And the last time I injured it, I was on stage when it happened, and I was doing like a flying jump, a very explosive jump, as my dance partner rolled under me. So I had to time it perfectly, but as I stretched my muscle, I think I contracted at the same time, and there was too much tension, and I tore it, and I was crying on stage in the show, but it worked because the show was a sad story, and it was perfectly timed with the scene. So my tears looked like it was part of the piece.
So it's kind of like your injuries support your
Absolutely.
performing.
I try to use everything that I can. Yes.
Oh my God.
But what is not good, I have to say, is that sometimes you don't have covers or replacements, especially in the freelance scene. There's not always a budget for this. And so I had to perform the next day on this injury, which made it worse. And it took me 1 year to recover from this, but I still danced.
Now another question about how do you rest? How you make your head turn? Like how do you rest? What do you take? How you recover mental and physically for? What is your preparation that you continue to push yourself and work hard when?
I love to continue to push myself and work hard, and sometimes I don't take rest. I sort of ride this adrenaline, but also because I'm a very creative person. I studied originally design technology at university before dance, and I made the switch because of the age gap. I knew I had to take the opportunity while I could to dance and work creatively with my body. For me, what I like to do to give me energy within my dancing is also to go into the nature. Because I come from New Zealand, I miss so much the mountains and the forests. So this gives me a lot of regeneration, but also watching good films, going to museums, spending time with friends. Although my friends are mostly my colleagues here, I haven't expanded my circle that much in Dresden yet. But music, art and nature, yeah.
Okay, and about some other things, alcohol, drugs, something like that, to the direction?
No, I like to go out sometimes and have a drink or dinner with friends, but this is my temple. So I don't.
Not too much poison, you mean?
I try to live clean, yeah. And I would advocate that for dancers that, you know, especially if you already have a creative mind, why would you need to take extra drugs for this? We already have a beautiful profession, and our bodies, we have to keep them strong for our work. It's also part of our job as maintenance. So I try to eat good. I could definitely sleep more, but I try to eat well and keep my system healthy as much as I can. In the past I did smoke, but I quit it because I knew I had to take a surgery once and get on stage in 2 weeks, and I prioritized the dance and I cut the cigarettes, yeah.
So now we will jump, and the point of for stamina, how long you can.
Next question, what was the higher point of your career? I mean, what was for you? Maybe earning money, dancing with some stars, I don't know. What for you can say that was higher point with my career?
I'm going to name a few, but if I really have to choose one now, would be performing and presenting a solo work that I created in COVID times, and touring it to Poland and performing it on screen, but also for a small live audience because of restrictions. And it was a piece that I created about my home country. So this for me was really a highlight, that I could share such a different culture from the other side of the world to Polish audiences. This is a highlight also, that I made it myself, especially at a time of restrictions on travel.
Yeah, that was a horrible time for us. Yeah.
But also touring beautiful theaters in Belgium and the Netherlands, and reaching also young audiences. I taught workshops, and I also performed for young children in the Netherlands who had gone through difficult times, and we performed a piece about fleeing your home country or leaving your home country behind and restarting a life. And we talked about also what it's like to be a refugee. So the piece had different artists from different countries that had left war zones, and for me that was also leaving my own type of war zone and my own home, and I could then share personal experience that really touched the children through dance, and this is a highlight for me.
The next question, what is your next goal in your life?
So my current plans, there are many. I am making my own film production with my collective in Dance Co, which was originally established in the Netherlands. So I want to keep creating film because I studied film last year at the SRE Institute. It's a global audio and film school. But I also am making this transition step from being full-time dancer or making my career purely out of performing into teaching and choreography. So I want to move more in this direction also because I know with my body and age, I want to find something that is long-term sustainable and also gives me back energy, not just me producing physical material for someone else. I want to be creative and connect with more people and teach and educate and work as a choreographer.
Wanna find someone to love. I feel alive. I think you know. We're getting down, we're getting low. We're getting down, we're getting low. We're getting down, we're getting low.
I all the time like saying it. We are not speaking about politics, no religion, no way. So something from your little bit your private life exactly. What is love for you? Relationship, maybe some stories. What is for you that topic? Let's say like go a little bit to the privacy.
Okay, so I grew up in a home that had a lot of problems with fighting, there was abuse, and for me dance really helped me to channel that energy and frustration or emotion, and it gave me a way to also just physically let it out as well as emotionally. And I would say that's also a mission in my life, is to, instead of taking that pain and storing it, how can I use the struggles I have and put it into art, put it into dance to help other people. And relationship-wise, I believe the people around you, the team that you build around you, or your friend circle, or your partner, they should also, ideally, it's great if you can work together, that they support your lifestyle and your work. And it's not always easy to find a partner maybe that supports how much commitment you have to give in this type of career, or that you're touring and that you have to be away from home sometimes, you know. So I left a lot of people behind, including my family, to pursue this career, and there are a lot of sacrifices emotionally that I made to do it. Yeah. But right now I have a partner that's very supportive of what I do, but also in different countries. So
you're now in the long distance, and you keep believing that. I mean, kind of like it still works somehow. I mean, because
it's a new relationship, but I believe that anything is possible actually, and priorities can change. And ideally, of course, you're going to make a decision to be together or not. So long term, I would physically need to be with this person, absolutely. But I believe if you find the right person that matches in terms of supporting one another and having similar visions, but also their own independent strengths and lifestyles, that a lot of things are possible. And I, for a long time, just focused only on dance and wasn't so busy with a partner. But I had also a very supportive partner in the Netherlands for 7 years. And we created work together, actually, dance film, and that's what got me interested into film in the first place, and crossing over with different art mediums.
Don't all the time, I'm letting go. I wanna find someone to love. I feel alive, I think you know. We're getting down, we're getting low. We're getting down, we're getting low.
before the last one, what's make you special? What make you special from a different dancers? Let's say it like that. I mean,
okay.
what do you think? What is the difference between you and other dancers?
The difference between me and other dancers is my cultural upbringing, how I grew up. Every person brings with them a uniqueness, a difference in terms of where they come from, their training, the family they grew up in, the stories they bring with them, the ancestors, the people behind their own parents. So coming from New Zealand, I have a very different training style than a German dancer, perhaps. and also a different approach in the way I like to work with people and the way I think about things. These are also very important, just as much as your technique. What is your drive? Where does your heart lie in your work? Are you passionate about it? What stories can you tell? So that's what makes me unique, is where I come from, one, but also that I, as a dancer, can bring with me experiences as both teacher and choreographer. So I think differently than just a dancer who will follow steps. I like to analyze, I like to think with the choreographer. Sometimes I have too many opinions, but I rather have an opinion than not. So.
Okay, fair enough.
What you would say to yourself if you will meet yourself like 15 years ago? Like what suggestion you will say to yourself?
Yeah, so 15 years ago I was 18.
Wild and
Something like
crazy.
that. I was just in my first year of starting the dance school, and I had a lot of insecurity, and I felt like an underdog. You know, I was training with a lot of Australians who were already at a higher level, because in Australia you have, with your high school, also dance as a subject. In New Zealand you don't have this. You have to do your dance training separately in the evening. So I feel I was already at a lower level, I would say classically, and I had already done a year of design, so I felt a little bit, how do I believe in myself that I deserve to be here? And with such a also very rigid, we had also quite traditional ways of teaching. But I had some very also open and supportive teachers, and I met Buddhism in this time. And this really helped me. I would say the advice is to find people that support, encourage you, and find something outside of dance that helps you. And I would tell that younger me that you will make it, and you will be okay.
Focus. Suka. There we go.